Yay, it says I'm live here. Hopefully you are doing well. Seems like I'm really dark right now. Hello, where's the light? Alright, maybe it's just my computer. Am I really dark for you too? I don't know. Hopefully the sun poisoning goes away. Anyways, it's a beautiful day here. I'm in Mount Shasta City. I was originally planning on staying in Weed, but then my plans got changed, so alas, I am here. And I was just thinking of ways that I can get out of Starbucks and start recording somewhere else. And I think that I'm going to try something different next week, so we'll see. I'm excited. Woo! So anyways, I wanted to talk a little bit about the 4th of July and, well, I don't really celebrate independence from the British. Did we ever even get that independence? Like, all of our holidays are just this part of fabricated history to control us, to manipulate us, to program us, right? Give us this, I don't know, there's all this mindsets and mentalities that go along with patriotism and, oh, America's the best country ever and freedom and whatever, while also being a country that's built literally on slavery, like specifically cow slavery, animal slavery, human slavery at points too. But yeah, so I definitely do not celebrate that for what it is. But I do love the spirit of freedom in general, and that freedom is for, that freedom stops when it interferes with somebody else's freedom. So when it comes to like veganism and the golden age, you're free, but you're not free to go and kill animals and eat their flesh and hurt others. That's just not the freedom that we're talking about, right? We're not having the freedom to do evil. Evil's not going to be allowed. Evil's permitted right now. You can do it thou wilt right now and pretty much get away with it. We are programmed to believe that the government's going to punish you if you do something really bad. But frankly, they're pedophiles, right? They will get people in for major crimes and slap them on the wrist and send them back to repeat offend, to, whatever, use them as their assets and their agents and all of these other things. So, yeah, the government is really corrupt. Right now is the time that you can do the sins that you want. And in the golden age, we're going to be focusing on doing stuff that's actually good for us, good for those around us, and what's good for our soul, right? Like I've already said before, that your soul and your body are interlinked, right? Your DNA and your soul, you can't separate them as long as you're in this physical plane, at least. But if you're corrupting your physical body, if you're eating impure things, if you're watching impure things, if you're, garbage in, garbage out, right? If you're corrupting your physical self, you're also corrupting your soul. So we need to be focusing on what purifies us and uplifts us and the world around us so that we can actually change it. So sorry to the not actually sorry to the evildoers, but your time is coming to an end because it's time for something better. So, hey, Emergy, how's it going? Glad that you couldn't make it. I know that it's late for you. David D says looking good. Thank you. I was actually going to sit out at that table out there, and this guy came by and was like, oh, I love your dress. And then I was just going over there to the bathroom. This other guy's like, oh, I love your style. I'm like, okay, thanks. So, yeah. Anyways, hi, Kyle. How's it going? David D says, what did you do for the 4th? Let me just read the rest of these and then I'll come back to what I did. The Amber Sheet says it's 8th of July in India now. Yes, it's the 7th here for us, but this is the first time that I've been live since the 4th. And plus, not only here, but in some other surrounding areas, they are having like a whole festival. So it was like the 4th, the 5th, the 6th, the 7th, like today's some of their last days of their festivals. So they've really drawn it out and whatever. But usually they only do like fireworks and stuff on the 4th of July, which, being an American and growing up around that, I am programmed to like the fireworks. And part of me does. Like, I'm a pyromaniac as well. So it's kind of like I just like the experience. But I don't believe that it's harmless for the environment and for especially like the animals. even people with like PTSD and stuff, it can be really triggering. So one of the things that we should do in the golden age is get drone light shows. And I was just talking to somebody the other day. I'm like, oh, if we got drone light shows, I could literally have my face in lights. Like that would be so cool. Anyways, but yeah, having just alternatives to things that we really enjoy and like now. But with drones, they can do so many more like intricate things, and it'll be really, really fun to see what we can do in the future when we start doing more beneficial things for all of us. So Kyle says freedom for all beings. Exactly. David D says freedom. This was the most lockdown police heavy fourth I have ever seen. I literally saw so many people pulled over by the cops. Yeah, exactly. Let freedom ring, and the freedom is those red and white and blue lights in your rearview mirror, right? I do understand that a lot of people go out and do drunk driving and stuff, and so they need to be protective and proactive about protecting people in that manner. But obviously, they take it too far when they have quotas to meet, and they, get rewarded for pulling people over and giving them tickets and all these other things, incentivized. So. Emergine says, I have some suggestions for you about your YouTube videos. Okay, well, send me a message. I'm about to change it hopefully next week, so just hang in there with me, but I would love to hear what you have to say. Kyle says, I'm thinking about making a vegan Facebook group for my surrounding county. Oh, do it. I'd really like a vegan community where I live. You'll have to help figure out how to properly network to make it happen. Oh, that's really cool. Yeah, it's super easy I should actually kind of like make a little video about this because I technically did start the Shasta vegan community. And it's really starting to grow more now. And I'm really grateful for just a lot of new people that have come into my life, and like the space that I used before for like the Christspiracy event and all this stuff, like just kind of falling into place to where I'll be able to do a future event. And like I want to have, basically I've talked before about having like a little vegan community family thing, and having like a really cliche vegan Christmas with like Christmas tree and like all of this just traditional cliche stuff that can be made vegan to foster a family around here. A lot of us are away from our families. My family is all in Ohio. I know a lot of other people, we call ourselves orphans basically because we don't have any family around, like we're by ourselves. So I really want to have that, and I have a lot of like maternal love that I want to give, and I want to give it to vegans, frankly. So yeah, I mean, I have love for non-vegans, but it's just like there's always this dividing factor where like you have a knife to a cow's throat, and so I have to. Me loving you is harder. Like, yeah. So, anyways, what did I do for the 4th? David D, back to your question. I actually went south for a little while. I intended to watch the fireworks, but I was kind of doing my own thing. And okay, but let me just back up. So, I did the full 30 days of fruit only, and I thought that I would be a little bit naughty for the 4th of July, and so I went to get a vegan burger and fries, and unfortunately, it was not that good. So I ended up eating only a little bit of that and then getting a vegan pizza. So I went a little bit overboard with that. And I'm kind of feeling like the complete opposite of that pride that I was feeling of how impressed I was before when I was controlling what I ate. So I'm gonna make my way back to that again after I have a few more naughty things. So, but yeah, anyways, after that I went to watch the fireworks. But yeah, like I said, I ended up dancing and kind of doing my own little thing, and the fireworks were nothing to write home about. So it was fun, otherwise though, because I was just having fun doing my own thing and letting loose and being free to express myself and be in my own space. But yeah, so that was my 4th of July. And then last night, me and a couple friends came to Mount Shasta City to check out. They still have their festival. I think it's even still going on today, maybe. But they had like vendors and live music and all this stuff, which the band was actually pretty good. It wasn't really my style of music, but they were definitely rocking the stage. And, the singer was really good. And the crowd was like, was really vibing. And like, yeah, Mount Shasta was getting turned up last night. But, anyways, yeah, at one point we were sitting there and someone that used to be my friend walked by. Oh, hey, Sonny, how's it going? He's just passing by. Anyways, um, passed by, and it actually made me really quite sad because I really wanted to have like a lifelong connection with this person. And it kind of leads me into the topic that I wanted to talk about today, which is like soul connections and the cyclical nature of our reality. And it's not really something that I like to dwell on, the cycles, because it can lead to like depression and being jaded and all this stuff. But if you have the right mentality and understanding of what this world is and why we're here, then I think that can help. Like, for instance, how many of you chess lovers out there, how many games of chess do you even play a day? Like, people that truly love the game just play game after game after game. It's the same game. And they keep playing it over and over and over and over again, right? Like, even in the game, you can have all these, there's so many different lines that you can take depending on what move you can make, right? Same with this reality. This reality was literally based off of the game of chess. So for me, it's like, um, the possibilities are endless. They're, no time around are you going to be making the same choices usually. Like, I mean, in general, maybe yes. But like every choice that you make can affect the next thing that comes across your way. So um, there's a lot of, it reminds me of this Telltale game. They have like The Walking Dead, and basically you go through the game and you can choose at certain points, you choose like maybe to save this person or this person, and then that'll change the gameplay, and then you can go in again and play the same game but choose the other choice, and it'll change the gameplay again, right? Same concept with this reality. Like, so many of these video games and TV shows and everything just show us the truth in plain sight, and then they kind of laugh at us for not being smart enough to make the connections and get it. So yeah, this reality is repetitive, and it is kind of depressing sometimes, but when we understand more about it and how this reality gives our souls something to do rather than, you could have been a watcher. You could be out there watching what we're doing, but would you rather be out there watching, or would you rather be in here doing and, being watched, right? We're on the Truman Show, the True Man, the True Woman show, and everything that we do is being watched. We're on the world stage, right? So I don't know about you, but yeah, I would much rather prefer being right here where I am, especially because I know that I have an important role to play in manifesting the heaven on earth that many of us came here to manifest. And if I wasn't doing what I'm doing, first of all, who would do it? And second of all, if someone did stand up, I would be like, they're taking my spot. Like, I'm not okay with that. I'm not going to just sit by while somebody else does it. Like, so there's multiple different like parts to it. Also, this reality, we get to eat tasty food, we get to drink delicious water, we get to go and like explore beautiful places, we get to fall in love, we get to make babies, we get to like make music and make art and just all of these things that we don't do outside of this realm. There are things that you can do outside this realm that we can't do in here. Obviously, there is limitations, but for me, I like the limitations, and I really look forward to being a mom. That's kind of my driving force, and having a baby and going through the pregnancy and all of the physical changes and even mental, and all of the things that happen when one becomes a mother, and all those things that again we don't experience outside of this realm. So that alone brings me back in and fighting for it, right? If we, as the people that in Westworld, where they're going into the reality. They either choose the white hat to signify that they are a good person, or they choose the black hat, right? They're coming in and they're going to be the bad guy. They're going to go around, they're going to rape, they're going to kill, they're going to do all this evil. Those of us that chose the white hats, right? We have to come in here to fight the darkness. Otherwise, they're the only ones that keep coming into the world and doing all of the darkness. And Sophia, the yellow submarine, right? She's made out of gold. She's floating in the cosmic waters, and she gets pulled down by them, literally getting pulled down into deeper levels of hell, essentially. So yeah, we have to come in here and battle that and kind of try to fight them to raise everything up, raise the vibration, and lift Sophia up so that we can go into the heavenly areas, right? So anyways, cyclical nature of our reality. We keep coming back to do, like, for instance, I know that my soul always comes here and tries to fight for the golden age. I always end up at Mount Shasta. And like, there's been a lot of people, I guess not really a lot, but a handful of people that it's like, I know for sure that our paths have crossed before. And in whatever capacity that might be, like, even just passing by as friends and like as fellow vegans, as fellow whatever. These different connections are made, and like, again, if we're doing the same things over and over again, and your soul comes down Shasta over and over again, it's like, it's just obvious that there's already a soul connection there, right? One of my the people that I know has something that's very obvious on their body that shows that we are connected and have been connected in previous lives, which I find really, really funny. And other people don't understand it, but it's like, I know that I have like a lot of love for this person, not like romantic or whatever. It's just like, and I want to help this person. And like, I just know that we've had that kind of relationship before in the past, and potentially have helped them out of a dark place, and really just help heal them. And so it kind of makes sense to me why they would have this manifestation happening in this time around that they don't even understand themselves. So it's kind of funny to see all those kinds of things. But yeah, so that happens a lot around Mount Shasta. There are prophecies that say that people that kind of like started their soul's journey here like a long, long time ago will come back here to essentially start the new age. This, I call it the golden age, right? We're trying to change the world to essentially make it into the heaven on earth that it should be, instead of this. And ultimately, it comes down to who's controlling the place. Because right now we have anti-human psychopaths running the show. They want us to suffer. They want us to be crushed down and unhappy. They feast on those emotions, those all of the depression energy, the suicide, all of the negative energies that they feed on, right? The struggle. So yeah, we've allowed this to happen, and frankly, non-vegans are keeping them in power, because as long as we enslave animals and take from them and make this world hell, that's literally what we deserve. And those that are farming us are chomping at the bit to give us that punishment. So we have to stop that first. And then things will change. So that's kind of one of the reasons why I focus so much on veganism and not so much on the other truths of our reality at this point. But yeah, there's a lot of other things under the surface, and it's fun to talk about now. So anyways, Kyle said, I had a Clavon's vegan pizza yesterday. Emerson says, what is your daily routine? I don't really have a daily routine right now. My routine is kind of all over the place, and I need to stabilize that. So yeah. Amber says, I play chess only for fun now. Okay, but you do play a lot, right? Like, you can play the same game and love it, even though you've played it a million times, right? So yes. Red pill on steroids, how's it going? Hi, good looking. How are you coping in this gangster version of the Matrix? I'm actually doing really well recently, thankfully. A lot of things are kind of falling into place for me, and I'm excited for what the future holds and the community that I'm building around me and all the stuff for the future. Yeah, I don't know. Like I was saying, my main focus is kind of on veganism at this point and creating the vegan community and doing like vegan outreach and activism and all that kind of stuff. So that's my main focus. But I also have some business stuff that I'm focused on as well and hoping that I can really get things kickstarted soon for the golden age, like to make some bigger steps in that direction. So we'll see. The 21st is going to be, hey, so what? How's it going? Hello, my dear. Hope you're well. I am doing good. Thank you. The 21st, which is actually 2 weeks from today, is going to be my first full moon celebration of the year. So hopefully the gate to Old Steeple will be open. I'm kind of expecting a lot of people because it's the opening of the season and there's a lot of travelers around and all of that. So I've got some new plans in place to try to manage the situation and really establish something that is like not not a free for all like rainbow family gathering type thing, but an actual Shasta vegan community gathering where we have like a ceremony and like prayer and have some people say a few words, which I've done in the past before, but really formalizing it so that it's something spectacular. So yeah, and part of that's playing music as well. So I'm excited. I've been playing a lot more music. The place that I held my event has this really cool like hut type thing in the back, and I can just play really loud and sing, and it just fills the room. It's really great. So yeah, I'm really doing good though. Red pill on steroids, and hopefully you are too. Amarji says, "Let's play chess." Yes, right now. Just kidding. We should sometime. David D says, "Bigger steps towards the golden age sounds good. Which steps are needed?" Well, the first thing is, I mean, I just basically needed to unlock unlimited funding and start buying places and not just like the stores, but I want to shut down the slaughterhouses and buy the farms and also like there's just a lot of moving parts that need to be changed to actually manage the future that we're trying to create. So I'm definitely going to need a lot more hands on deck to actually do the work. But yeah, I know people that are like really passionate about farming, like growing crops and stuff. That I'm gonna utilize them and just try to do one thing at a time because to have free food like in a supermarket, to be able to just walk in and take anything that you like need or whatever, we're gonna need a lot of supplies for that. So yeah, I think probably one of the first things that I would actually prioritize doing is shutting down any of the slaughterhouses in the county. I think there's only one. So that would go to immediately help start the golden age because at least now animals aren't being slaughtered in this county. They have to take them out of the county, which is going to put more of a financial strain on those that are doing it, make it more inconvenient, all of these things. So yeah, I need to make a list and actually like start writing down things that I can check off and get it going. So, anyways, David says July 21st sounds like Mount Shasta is going to be a battle for control between Rainbow Family and Shasta Vegan Community. Well, we'll see. There's a lot going on behind the scenes, and a lot of people that are like, I guess, kind of vouching for me and spreading the word through the community and kind of trying to keep peace. So, yeah, we'll see. I'm going in with a lot better tools this time like have my Shasta vegan community like tapestry thing that I'm going to hang up, and I just ordered a whole bunch of more Shasta vegan community hoodies. So hopefully I'm going to have, like a few of us mobbing around with the Shasta vegan community hoodies up there. So it like looks really official. I should get some t-shirts made that have like security or something on the back. On the back, that'd be pretty cool. Anyways, yeah. So it'll be pretty good because I'm gonna, approach it and say, "Oh, I didn't know if you knew this, but this is a Shasta vegan community event. You're welcome to join us, but take the flesh outside of the circle, or else." Just kidding. Anyways, I'm probably gonna get off of here soon because I got some things to say. Deadbeat Dom in the chat. Hello, Ross Rosa. I'm not really sure what you're talking about, but if you're gonna be mean to people, then you're not welcome here. All right. Do you explore other states of U.S. except California? Amarjeet, I'm actually from Ohio, and I bounced back and forth from Ohio to Michigan a few times, and then I moved to Arizona, and then I moved to California. But I've been to other states, especially on the East Coast, because that's where I grew up, and I'm so dark. Okay. So yeah. But anyways, like I said, I'm about to get off of here because I got things to do at home, and yeah, next week I'm gonna have a different setup. So hopefully I will see you again next week, same time, not same place. May God and Goddess bless you.